Dubai's running out of time, gentlemen. Let's move.
What is up, Game Crashers fans? I'm Rob James, GameCrashers.net. PAX Day 2. We're in the Spec Ops The Line booth, and I'm here with Master of the Written Word, writer on, is that like a lead writer or the lead writer on Spec Ops The Line, Walt Williams.
Hi.
Not Whitman, as we made this joke earlier, and he's going to give us a little bit of a heads up on what's going on with Spec Ops The Line.
Spec Ops The Line is 2K's first foray into the military shooter genre, trying to do something with the genre, bring that dark, deeper narrative that gamers have come to expect from 2K games, and kind of elevate the military shooter genre into something that can be a bit more narratively driven, a bit more emotionally real.
Well, this is not a happy, friendly jaunt through Dubai.
No, absolutely not. This is this is gray. This is with Spec Ops. We were looking to do. We felt like with military shooter games. We looked out there and we said, what's the military shooter we want to be playing? And you've got Call of Duty, Battlefield, Medal of Honor. They're out there. They're good games, but they focus very much more on the action, on kind of the summer blockbuster aspect of war. But we were looking at inspirations and thinking about films that we loved. It's like Apocalypse Now, Platoon, Full Metal Jacket. Films that took war movies and elevated them to this much more grittier, realistic kind of a feel. And we wanted to do something with that with military genre of video games. So
yeah, it does feel very Heart of Darkness when you're talking about it, because you're going, I mean, the main storyline is you're going after sort of a rogue commander, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, Apocalypse Now and Heart of Darkness were very much inspirations at the early level, but whereas Apocalypse Now and Heart of Darkness are about Kurtz and kind of peeling back the layers of this character to find out who he is, Spec Ops is much more about the soldiers that you're playing as.
We were looking for survivors. Well, you found some.
You're Captain Martin Walker. You're the leader of a three-man Delta recon squad. You and Lieutenant Adams and Sergeant Lugo. And what Spec Ops is much more about finding out what happens to these good men when you put them into an increasingly bad situation. It's about kind of understanding in yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice, whether it be to complete your mission, save other people, or simply just to save yourself. We went silent for 18 months because we had to balance the narrative and the gameplay. Because when you're telling a narrative like this, it's very dark and really goes for the gut. But you don't want the gameplay to feel too fun. But it needs to be compelling. Because the opposite of fun gameplay is broken gameplay, not unfun gameplay.
You didn't actually think we'd just let you walk in here, did you?
We've been set up.
One of those things we had to balance with the moral choices. What we were looking to do was not make a binary system of A and B. Choose this, you're a good guy, you get a gun. Choose this, you get faction points and you're bad. We wanted it to be something that was organic, that came out of the narrative, that had to deal with your goals. For instance, maybe you're trying to rescue someone and you get to him and you do rescue him, but he doesn't know who you are. He pulls a gun on you. Now he's a possible combatant. What do you do? Do you save yourself? Do you save him? With our moral choices, we're not asking you, do you want to do this or do you want to do this? We're asking, are you the type of person who does what a video game tells him to do? Are you the type of person who does what you want to do? Because as gamers, we've been trained to think, when we get to these moments, how do I get the best ending? How do I get the best playthrough experience? And the best playthrough experience you're going to get with Spec Ops is if you're true to yourself.
You've got this other balance going on of the fact that you're in Dubai, which I'm assuming just gives you a huge writing palette to work with, because especially with the, you know, these moments of coming out on a sand dune and finding out that on the other side of that sand dune is a 30-foot drop because you're in a building.
Well, Dubai is already essentially a video game level in itself. I mean, it's
the Mirror's Edge level. It really is. Did you see the video of Tom Cruise on the top of that building in Dubai?
I did.
Who needs to build a building that's 130 freaking stories tall?
That's the thing about Dubai. That's why Dubai was such a fantastic place. In many ways, it's like a real-world rapture. And in our game, obviously, our Dubai's been retaken by the desert, hit by these cataclysmic sandstorms. These men have, basically, they got called out. Their bluff was called. Nature took it back. It's about the hubris of man in many ways, and that mirrors down through the stories of all the characters in the game.
This war is over. Dubai will be evacuated. And you will tell me what happened to John Conrad.
If people walk away from the game feeling something, I see that as success. We're not trying to make the player feel one specific thing. With Spec Ops, we've created an emotional space for the player to inhabit, and decide for themselves how they feel about these situations, because everyone who plays through this game has a different experience. You bring in with you your own morals, your own experiences, and then you come face to face with something that you may not be prepared to face. You may not want to continue playing after that. Some people may completely gloss over it. We're just hoping that at the end, the player has connected with these characters, has connected with Walker and Adams and Lugo, and has seen what they've gone through, and has kind of realized their own part in guiding them through these horrors and this horrible situation, and looked into themselves and asked, you know, why do I play games? Why do I play this game? Why did I keep going? And why did I feel the way that I did? So long as you walk away from Spec Ops thinking about it and thinking about your own self, then that's a success, no matter what it is you're thinking.
So on that note, when is Spec Ops The Line coming out?
Spec Ops is coming out June 26, 360, PS3, and PC.
P3. That's the new Sony system. It's coming out.
We've been set up.
Walt, thank you so much for hanging out and talking to us. That's Spec Ops The Line. Stick with us here at GameCrashers.net. PAX East, Day 2, Saturday. We got a lot more to see. You keep it right here on that website. Don't go nowhere, because we got lots more to show you.
It's a bitch, ain't it?
Welcome to hell, Walker.
Jesus, shoot it! Shoot it!